I'm overwhelmed, and thank you very much, dear Andy. Andy is like the brother I never had, one of 4 girls from Calumet City, Illinois. And anyway, so Andy, I love you and I thank you so much. We've shared so many memories, happy times, family things, and it's just always, thank you. I also want to thank the CTU trustees, the host committee, Father Mark Francis, and Father Don Sr. And I want to thank you, Father John Polakowski, for leading us at the Catholic Jewish Studies at the Bernardine Center. I want to thank my dear family and friends for being here. They are a blessing to me, and that's why all of you are so surrounded by me tonight. I wouldn't do this otherwise if I didn't have your support always. When I was a teenager in the 50s, I attended a camp for Reformed Jewish children in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. I had a lot of questions about religion and bigotry and intolerance of the others. There I met Rabbi Herman Schallman, and we sat for many hours talking. I began to learn the common ground of our Abrahamic religions, and that we should look at the world in a way that takes nothing for granted. And many years later, Monsignor Canvillo, another dear friend, introduced me to Joseph Cardinal Bernardine. Little did I know that Cardinal Bernardine and Rabbi Schallman were such good friends. They would travel to the Holy Land, celebrating their religious faiths, and would pray together at the wall. A blessing to each other is how Cardinal Bernardine characterized their friendship. Today, though, I am deeply troubled by the crisis in America. There is so much polarization and verbal hatred of the others, especially the Latino immigrants. There are over 12 million undocumented immigrants here in the United States, and most of them are parents of children who are US citizen children born in America. They have certain unalienable rights under the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. I became very passionate about immigration through my personal experience with Norma Morales and her son Hector Morales in Snowmass, Colorado. Hector received a full-load scholarship from Duke University in the School of Engineering, and he graduates this May. An article was written about his reward in the Denver Post. Well, an INS agent looked up the family and found that Norma had not renewed her green card. And before we knew it, she was in prison and fast-tracked to be deported in 2 weeks. She was saved because there was an outpouring of protests and support, but there were many anxious moments before that was resolved. It was a wake-up call for me to get involved. And I remembered Rabbi Schallman's words, "Take nothing for granted." Years ago, the Archdiocese of Chicago established the Office for Immigration Affairs and Immigration Education. I thank you, Archbishop Supich, for continuing the effort to keep these immigrant families together and for being so proactive for the immigrant. I know how diligent you were in supporting healthcare in Illinois for all children, regardless of their immigration status. The bill to give all kids health insurance was passed only last week. Yes. It will now give health care coverage to over 40,000 children here in Illinois. I want to thank Catholic Charities for rescuing the unaccompanied children on our southern border who have come to America to escape violence and crime as true refugees. Did you know that Catholic Charities has given a safe haven to 900 of these children, these child refugees, here in Chicago? And that should be applauded too. I also want to thank Father Dennis Holschneider, who I think is sitting over there, president of DePaul University, who has for years educated undocumented students and allowed them to get a college degree. They graduate without having a social security number, and getting a job is difficult or impossible. Hopefully, that will change within the month when there is a positive ruling from the Supreme Court for DACA. This is for Deferred Action for childhood arrivals. These are children who were brought over as infants or small children, and they have been part of the American dream, part of the Dreamers Act. I am proud of the Bernardine Center and enjoy working with Father John Polakowski and the interfaith community of Chicago to work towards humanitarian solutions and relations of all the Abrahamic religions. You know, all of us in the Abrahamic religions we really think the same, the basics of love thy neighbor and do unto others. There's so much work yet to be done to make our world a better place. I thank you again for the Diakonia award, and I hope that I shall always live up to this honor. I thank you so much. In closing, I want to thank you again and wish you all shalom and peace and salam.